What's up, coaches? Hope you guys are doing well. Here's our approach for Friday. You guys are likely in a good groove with the warm-up and its application. We're going to be squatting today. Make sure people understand that our goal is to continue to build week to week, but we're only doing so if the last squat session was done in a heavy but perfect fashion. If people get lost by this point within the linear progression, it's not a big deal. Some people don't track and they forget, whatever it may be. Go by the golden rule. Is it challenging, but is it perfect? You'll be in a good spot. So PVC, good morning. We're continuing to work that hinge-based pattern. We want to make sure and see the hips travel horizontally back and horizontally forward. And then the back squat or front squat. And then 4 lateral bound to vertical jump. So watch the link that's been provided. He does it perfectly. It's exactly what we want. We're looking for explosiveness. The explosiveness will likely increase as the warm-up progresses. Now note, if explosiveness is not there with jumping, I'm giving you a substitute here, and that's the wall ball style half moon slams. With the link, they have them doing it with a slam ball. We want to do it with the wall ball so that we can catch it on the bounce. We can really focus on being explosive and driving it through the ground. That's where the explosive factor comes in. You're trying to throw the wall ball through the floor. All right. So now this says back to our strength-based days. We're on our second rotation now within the second phase of the horsepower programming cycle. So this is our second week of heavy singles for the competitor group and heavy triples for the performance group. So we're at that window of suggestion, 90 plus or minus a little bit for our 1 rep max competitor group, and then 90 plus or minus of our 5 rep max for the performance group. I love that RPE, the rate of perceived effort, as a good suggestion for people. If the percentages don't really make sense, on a scale of 1 to 10, how tough does it feel? It should feel like a toughness of 9, all right? And that's gonna wane from day to day. Sometimes based on how you're feeling, your recovery, whatever it may be, 275 may feel like an absolute 9. Some days you come in, you're feeling really, really good, you're having a great day, 275 may feel like a 7, all right? So an effort scale is sometimes a little bit better way to describe what we're after, using the golden rule of heavy but perfect. We do want to go up and load if everything was on point last week. Our second movement is 5 dumbbell rows each arm. That's 1 second pause at deepest squeeze. So a little note on the dumbbell rows. What I've noticed a little bit is people with their range of motion are doing one of 2 things. It's not very common, but as they pull, they may pull towards the face too aggressively, or they're going way too far back. The top head of the dumbbell should be tracking towards the armpit. That's exactly the range of motion that we want. That's the natural range of motion. Pulling towards the face, I get elevation of the shoulder, don't want this. Pulling too far back towards the hip, I don't get activation of my lat. I want to pull top head of the dumbbell into the armpit for that perfect angle and range of motion. All right, so let's dive into our workout for the day. This is our last week of this kind of grunt work style with the long interval on and then the very short interval off. We'll do an all machine, something that looks like this next week, but with the multiple movements, this will be the final week, all right? So 2 minutes and 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off. This is a long aerobic piece. This is a true long, slow day. It feels like you're drudging. It feels like it's that grunt work style. So we want constant and steady for the course of what will be 18 continuous minutes, basically. So the bike, smooth and steady, not much to say there. Keep your head down, keep moving. Sled push, it's empty, it's a brisk walk. We can sub in row, bike, or jump rope singles. Anything that's a long, slow aerobic stimulus will work. And then burpees, right? This is one that's tough for people. 3 minutes of constant movement, all right? The constant movement is, the speed is totally different for everyone, all right? Some people may be getting in like 10 a minute, all right? Some people may be getting in like 5 or 6 per minute. What counts is their ability to not stop, put their hands on their knees, take a long break, However slow their movement is, it's just constant and steady. Maybe they're a little fitter, it's constant and steady. Maybe they're a little fitter, and so on, all right? So 3 minutes of constant and smooth and steady burpees is what we're after, okay? If you guys have feedback on this day, let me know. You guys keep people honest with their weights as they start to push to get heavier. Hey, put a ball back behind their butt, all right? The easiest way to make sure that they're squatting to proper depth, and it'll help them to develop the muscular mind awareness of where that depth perception is supposed to be. Hope you guys have a great day. See ya.